pocket chargers.
What?
This is why we have little pocket chargers.
No better.
Right, me in the hole with you.
Yeah, come on down. Yeah.
Can you hear
Yes, I did. If I may, you're good for now. Yeah. Are you gonna do a full wide shot, or is it gonna? You're gonna do a thing where it focuses on.
Yeah.
Right?
Welcome back to Extinction, Pangea. Thanks. We've had a long day, and it's not your first day, so I want to do a wellness check on how everyone is feeling right now. How are you feeling?
Hungry, tired,
Oh, we're tired. Yeah. You're tired.
Tired and hungry.
Tired, hungry, exhausted,
Smelly.
smelly. Yeah. All right. So I've been doing a lot of one words at every extinction. So one word, how you describe something. So I want a one word about how your body feels right now.
Run down.
Run down.
That's you or the one?
See, I don't know. Dr. Renzo.
Oh, sorry.
How's my body feel?
Yeah, one word.
Adrenaline?
Oh, okay. Renzo.
Sexy.
Yeah. You. Sore. Vandy. Weak. Jimmy. Energized.
Exhausted.
Okay.
Spent.
Disassociated.
Oh.
Ready.
Grainy.
Ready.
Ready. Okay.
Drained.
Drain. Achy.
Jazzed.
Jazz.
Fatigued.
Discombobulated.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good.
Perseverance.
Persevering. I think last time, Destiny, you answered a question like that. It was another positive one. Are you always positive like that?
I try. I feel like it's all mentality. You know, it's the one thing that's gonna get you through this thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I didn't get to see any of you who were on that reward. So Angela, how was holding?
It was long. It was very long. The granola bar was nice, and then we sat there for a bit. We kept thinking, like, when are we going to go back to camp? We didn't realize we'd be staying there for a whole
yeah.
challenge. Lots of napping.
Lots of napping?
Lots of napping.
Yeah. Anna, how was it for you?
It was great napping.
Yeah, great. That sounds great because I think a lot of you wanted some napping. All right, and then Chase. Where you at? There you are. All right, I want to get into the challenge. So that was a short story, hey?
Oh, yeah. Long story.
Yeah.
And
So
I was thinking about who got eliminated last the whole time, so
Yep.
I wasn't even paying attention during the story. I was like, well, that's unfortunate, but that's okay.
Okay, so were you shocked by the last elimination?
I was shocked, but I also wasn't. It was one of those ones, like, I could see it going towards her.
Yep.
But anyways, but the short story, I think what's cool is, like, it might be a clue to what's to come.
Oh,
So,
well, that's interesting.
yeah.
What a thought. Vandy, where are you?
I'm back here.
Hi.
Hi.
Perfect score.
Thank you for noticing. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your strategy? I want to learn from that.
So I listened to the story, and then I remembered it.
Get out of here.
I don't know. I didn't have like a special way. I just really tried to pay attention.
Yeah. So was it paying attention, or did you just kind of
like as I was listening to it, like taking everything, but also like trying to make special note of things that I thought might be like questions.
Right.
Like the number of years.
Yeah.
I even remembered cheese size 12 food and all that sort of had the idea. Keep that.
Yeah.
So I did some of that, but that was
Yeah. Awesome. Another thing I want to mention about the challenge was Corey. You wore a sweatshirt when it was
hot.
so hot out.
Yeah, the sun. You know, you want to lotion and you want to make sure you moisturize and you
Yep.
want to age. So. that's
So
what you get.
sun protection.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
The sun beating down on them. I
Yep.
was feeling good.
Okay.
You all should cover up.
I should try that next time. And then, Noah. That recovery, when you lost the marble and then you found the marble, what was going through your head?
I dropped the marble and I was like, oh fuck, like where is it? And then I couldn't find it and I was like, I started to panic, which I sometimes do. And I was like, no, calm down, breathe. Like I can find this marble. And literally just in the nick of time, it was like right there. Put it on and I was like, I think I was just locked in. Like there's
Awesome.
nothing else I can do. I can either like crash out, freak out about it, or I can just try my best to get going and get started.
Yeah, it was really cool to watch. But I did have a natural reaction when you lost it. I ran over there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna help him find it. Like, no, I'm not gonna help him find it. That's
I was
on
like,
you.
I was like, no, I tried so hard to remember this story. God damn it! I'm not gonna lose because of marble.
Dynamics like when the 19 of you.
What happened in the last revival, kind of like how did that go down. So we kind of explained it. They explained what was going on in their side. There was a group of us that really wanted to get food, so luckily we were able to get a good amount of rice cooked. And then just kind of getting an idea as to like what's to happen. So like we all heard where if that is to be what's to come, it ended with like Canada is ending. So I think there was a lot of speculation as to is that a hint towards what's going to happen next. So I think there was a lot of conversation about that as well. But it was a nice little reunion.
And Varys. So Eric said you all joined together and shared information. Was the information, do you think anyone was holding back, or do you think you got all the information of what happened down to the end?
It sounds like I think we got most of the information. I was on the eat granola bar and nap side, so I don't think we had too much to lie about. And then it seemed like the last vote, from what I've heard, was pretty unanimous. If that's wrong, then they're keeping a really good secret.
All right, so Destiny.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
So we're back to 19 people again. So your strategy time, 19 people. So
Waiting for sure. I think we can all agree on that. Like, oh damn. Like, it's hard. It feels like everyone's talking to everybody.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It leaves me speechless. It's a lot.
Were you able to talk to everybody, or at least get what you think is supposed to happen?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I mean, I feel like I get along with people very easily. That might make me a target as well, just because I get along with a lot of people for the most part. So.
Okay. And then let's see, Emily. This game has been so far.
Well, I think with the sides especially, I actually don't even know who exactly talks to who, and I think tonight everyone was talking to everyone, and it was kind of like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And so it's really tricky to like know like who can trust, and I do process when I speak out loud, and I like to something off the cuff, and you just have to be really careful what you're saying because everyone's talking to everyone, and I think that the size has just been the biggest challenge.
Yep. Okay. Hugh. So, this is a deep question. You gotta dig deep for this one. So, how do you balance short-term survival with long-term strategy?
Strategy, they both center around trust. Like, I feel like if you don't have trust with at least one person, well, ideally a group of people, then you're not gonna survive a few days or make the end game. So like, yeah, I feel like it all is centered around trust.
Yeah. That was a great answer. Thank you for that. Advantages. Idols.
It's like
Okay.
There's a bones near a tree.
Yeah.
So there's an idea that someone might have an idol set.
Oh. Okay.
I want a deep question.
You want a deep question? So, I'll give you a deep question. So, when it comes to relationships in this game, I mean, there's a lot of people to manage. So, how are you managing the relationships that you have, and how are you ensuring that they trust you, as you might not get to talk to them that round?
I'll work backwards. Very deep question. I can't ensure that they trust, but I work to show my trust. Like these this tribal number 3 for me and a few others.
Yeah.
Right? That you're looking to see who you talk to, who you have a relationship. Did they actually do what they said they were going to do? And that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I want to know who I can work with later down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Did they actually show up and do what they said? You know, taking the time to talk to people and not just who are you voting for?
Yeah.
But like, tell me a little bit about you. You know, it's hard to just have a relationship if all they say, and that is if they come and talk to you.
Yep.
If all they say is who you're voting for, like, you know, talk to me, I'm a person.
Yeah.
So relationships are more than what you wrote in a
Right.
line.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I really like about the longer feel, or you will feel that at some point. All right, let's go to Dion. Hi. So Dion, I want to ask you, how important are luxury items in this game?
Oh, honey. Getting those boxes open last night, I know you got a bit of a rundown at the last time.
Yeah.
I was dead asleep. I woke up to running. I don't think I even cottoned on to the screaming and the hugging. So there was chaos that was happening. And I was like, what happened? And I didn't get a response. And then finally I heard someone say, the key. And I was like, and I looked over the trunk and people were furiously opening it. And I muttered, my sleeping bag. Because like it's weight in gold. And it was just, got into that and I slept for the rest of the night.
Oh,
like,
amazing.
It makes the world of a difference.
Yeah.
And I know not everybody's got a sleeping bag, but like you can always snuggle up next to someone. You're welcome to snuggle up next to me. And we can share that because it's so important now.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, especially with this cold front coming in.
Oh.
No, that we already had. Like, it's cold right now. Like, it's cold. No. Like, no, we know it's cold. Hey, Renzo. Hi. Okay, so has there been any noticeable alliances or groups forming?
Do you want the scripted answer or the real answer?
However you want to answer.
No, I'm kidding. It's hard because we're 19 right now.
Yep.
How many are we? 19. And we've been like segmented many times differently. I would say it's obvious who naturally gravitate towards somebody. If you have common similarities, if you have common likes, if you have a lot of things in common, and that's just a natural instinct. You would be naturally gravitated towards what you're comfortable or what you're familiar with.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that alliances are forming naturally because of that. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
There's a difference between those. So, in terms of alliances, I'm not 100% seeing like the segmentation, especially a lot of the votes have been unanimous. But in terms of who is naturally gravitated towards who, of course there is.
Yep. Yep. All right, Riley, what do you think is happening in the game next?
I do think that the separation of tribes is a good possibility. I don't see us necessarily being merged from the start until the end. I think that it would make things way more interesting, and knowing the things that have already happened, I would not be surprised that would be around the corner. I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 3. I do think it's going to make things a lot more interesting with less people. The group already got to experience half the amount of people earlier that they had to scavenge through, so I think having a tribe of 10 or 6 is definitely a different strategy than working with 19 people. You know, instead of all these millions of groups, you have to really rely on your relationships, just hope that they break through at the end regardless, because you can only talk to everyone as much as you want. There's only 6 people. It's like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen next. Challenge-wise, don't know. No, I have no idea what's in store.
I did ask Vandy a question. But you all safe people over there, feeling good and all, you're not going to get extinct today. So I'm just curious, how does that play into strategy time? Do you think people talk to you less and don't prioritize you as much, or do you still feel included? Whoever wants to answer. Anyone who's safe.
I can answer that. I do feel I've been included, but it feels a little nerve-wracking because people are going to be honest with you and they have no reason to lie to you. And so there's many until you're vulnerable and they don't vote for you.
Right.
So it's a weird position where yeah, I'm safe tonight, but I can't totally trust any of the things that have been said to me.
Interesting. Anyone else feel different or the same?
I mean, I agree as far as feeling included in the conversations. I certainly didn't feel like I wasn't like considered or involved. You know, I felt like I had as many conversations as I have for the last couple of extinctions. This is the first time I've been safe, so I haven't had the same experience so much of having to like worry about people telling me the truth.
Does anyone have any last remarks or things they want to get off their chest? No? All right, let's get to the vote. We're going to start in the front this time. We're going to go from you, Noah. Noah is on deck to vote first. Noah. Did you work out giving Ty a cue, or do you want him to just walk? Ty, don't hold him, just walk. Yeah, don't hold the first. Destiny, time to vote. Anna, time to vote.
People want immunity in the last challenge. We have Andy is safe, Jameson is safe, Corey is safe, and the two groups battled it out for 4 hours. So there were some alliances definitely drawn from that, for sure. They all ended up voting against the group who went out in the first hour, if you remember. And then in the last challenge before that, they were separated again by 2 different packs, the blue pack and the yellow pack. The yellow pack lost, and that definitely created some alliances there. Now, they weren't in packs for the last challenge, right? It was an individual immunity, and they all got brought back together for Pangea. That being said, there are some clear alliances forming here and some shaky alliances. So, some tea for y'all. We've got people throwing out names left and right for this vote, okay? There is a half-baked boys alliance. Calling it the half-baked boys alliance because they're kind of calling it the bros alliance. And the bros are Riley, Jameson, although it sounds like there's some back and forth between Riley and Jameson. Dion, Chase, Noah. And it sounds like everyone kind of hates this alliance, but they're sticking to it just for the sheer numbers alone. So it's kind of half-baked because, like, it exists, but, like, no one's really that into it. And then there's a girls' alliance. So the girls' alliance, we heard from Maya. Maya's saying it exists, and she's not part of it. So the girls' alliance is Destiny, Maris, Anna, and Angela. Now, we're thinking what's kind of going on is the boys' alliance wants to vote someone out from the girls' alliance. The girls' alliance might vote someone out from the boys' alliance. However, okay? So we've got Riley's name being thrown out there from a number of people in his own alliance who are maybe getting a little bit peeved with him. We've got Destiny's name being thrown out there because people are thinking that Angela and Destiny are a little bit of a duo and they want to break that up. Now, I don't think that they're seeing it that way, but it's definitely a perception that's happening. I think that they found a kinship, made a connection, and that could be starting to hurt them a little bit. Now, Dewan, interesting, doesn't want Riley to go. He wants to keep Riley, mostly as a shield, and Dewan wants to get rid of someone from the girls' alliance. So they're sort of thinking it might be Angela, might be Destiny. So a lot of different names being thrown around out there right now. Really, really interesting. And they're voting on it now. The sun is setting here on our beautiful property. I don't know how well you can see that back there. Well, it looks beautiful here. Doesn't look so gray and foggy. It's pink and blue skies. And it is getting a little chilly out here. We're having a bit of a cold front. Last night it was very cold. I think it was shorts and tanks, holding them high for 4 hours. So they're definitely champs. Don't know if you guys know this tea yet either, but they did have a cipher last night that they had to find some clues and unlock. They ended up getting that open at, I want to say it was like 4 a.m. Dewan, that was what Dewan was just talking about, and he was saying that they had gotten them over. Everyone was yelling and screaming because they had gotten the clues all completed. They were able to get into the chests. What was in the chests? All their luxury items. That's what he was referring to, saying that he had a great night's sleep last night, had a sleeping bag, and it's made all the world of difference. And that's why. They got some clues, they figured them out, they were able to get into their trunks. The trunks that they had to carry during the Great Migration all the way to camp. They got them open. It was their luxury items. So they are definitely enjoying those. For the remaining players that are still here tonight, they will be enjoying their luxury items tonight. And for those that don't, they will be going to Camp Fossil Fire for Extinction. All right, looks like we are through about half this voting group here, so we'll go check on them and see how they're doing. See you soon.
Emily, time to vote. Emily. Dion, time to vote. Chase, time to vote. Eric, time to vote. Jameson, time to vote.
Vandy, time to vote. Hugh. Renzo. Corey. Mackenzie. Yes.
We're off the playlist now. Please stop talking. Please stop talking. And 3 Riley. What's that at? Oh, fuck, you're doing so many balls. Yeah, I get to do 2. Oh my god, this is gonna be a lot.
So that would be 10.
And then Riley. Wait.
No, that's 10.
Oh my god.
Let's do it backward. Like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2. Ready? 4, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5.
Wait. Yeah.
8, 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 9, 7. Plasma. Maybe 10 if you want it. 10 and 11, 8. 11. That's right. That's crazy.
Wow. There's 8 fossils and 10 eggs.
Bergen to Ryan, urgent. Bergen to Ryan.
You're on 16.
Yeah.
And
If anybody has an advantage or an idol that they would like to play, now would be the time to do so. First vote. Destiny. Next vote. Destiny. That's 2 votes, Destiny. Next vote. Destiny. We have 3 votes, Destiny. Next vote. Riley. We have 3 votes, Destiny. 1 vote, Riley. Next vote. Riley. We have 3 votes, Destiny. 2 votes, Riley. Destiny. We have 4 votes, Destiny. 2 votes, Riley. Destiny. We have 5 votes, Destiny. 2 votes, Riley. Riley. We have 5 votes, Destiny. 3 votes, Riley. Four votes, Riley. Next vote. Riley. We have 5 votes, Destiny. 5 votes, Riley. Destiny. 6 votes, Destiny. 5 votes, Riley. Destiny. We have 7 votes, Destiny. 5 votes, Riley. Destiny. We have 8 votes, Destiny. 5 votes, Riley. Riley. We have 8 votes, Destiny. 6 votes, Riley. Riley. We have 7 votes, Riley. 8 votes, Destiny. Destiny. We have 9 votes, 9 votes, Destiny. 7 votes, Riley. Riley. We have 8 votes, Riley. 9 votes, Destiny. Destiny. We have 10 votes, Destiny. 8 votes, Riley. And next person voted out of Survive Season 3 is Destiny. Destiny, please get your torch. Destiny, your pack has spoken. Thank you so much for playing. That was a lot of votes and a lot of counting to do. Yes. So before you head back to camp, archaeologist Bergen has told me that there is something waiting for you back at camp. There are 8 fossils to be found, and there are 10 dinosaur eggs to be found. Either a fossil or an egg. You can only find one item. You can choose a fossil or an egg. If you do not find anything, that's on you.
And that's all I have for you. And do not open your egg. Do not open your egg. If you get an egg, don't open it.
And there you have it, guys. Our third tribal council. 18 left. 21 started, 18 left. This is a very cool night tribal council. And Destiny was the one to go tonight. It's very, very close between Destiny and Riley. The votes were pretty much neck and neck there for a while. But ultimately, it was Destiny that has gone home. We sent her to Extinction camp and are on their way back to camp. Nikki just explained that they could find some things along the way. Our archaeologist, Bergen, has laid several things along the way. There's fossils and there's eggs. They have been instructed that if they find any eggs, though, they should not be opening them. And there's not necessarily enough fossils and eggs for everybody. So, hey, if you... There's 8 and 10? Oh, there is. Okay, so you could find a fossil or an egg. You cannot have both. You can only have one or the other. And if you don't find anything, too bad for you. They don't necessarily have to find something, but maybe they will and maybe they won't. So that's all we're gonna do with the cast for tonight. I think we're gonna be doing a recap show later. We got a lot of tea to spill, a lot of alliances and connections that we want to talk about. So stay tuned for that. You might hear from some of our production members spilling some big time tea during our recap segment. So stay tuned for that bit, and if not, then we'll post the schedule for tomorrow and we will see you then. We should be kicking things off bright and early around 8 a.m. Central Time. See you then.